Hello, and welcome to ITM 540 Information Security. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics for the U.S. government, in their Occupational Outlook Handbook updated in April of 2018, employment of information security analysts is projected to grow 28% from 2016 to 2026, much faster than the average for all occupations. This one statistic should tell you all you need to know about the importance of information security. My name is Todd Vogie, and I will be guiding you through this journey of discovery regarding information security and governance. I've been involved with physical and information security for over 30 years, and my contact information is shown, and it's also in Blackboard. I've earned the Certified Information Systems Security Professional, or CISSP, Certified Information Systems Manager, CISM, Certified Computer Forensic Examiner, CCFE, and the Certified Data Recovery Professional certifications over the years. These certifications require a number of continuing education credits each year, which require me to keep up with the latest in security practices, vulnerability attack methods, and many other information security related topics. We'll be covering many of these during our time together during this module. As a lifelong learner, I truly believe that it is important to learn something new each and every day. My goal in being with you these next few weeks is to give you that thirst for knowledge regarding security. The bad guys are doing a lot out there that needs to be thwarted, and it is IT professionals such as you who are the tip of the spear in making sure our systems are safe. Sir Francis Bacon, in 1597, is attributed with writing Ipsa scientia potestas est, which means knowledge itself is power. We are going to help give you that power by sharing a lot of knowledge. This module is built around the Certified Information Systems Security Professional Certification Exam requirements. The CISSP is arguably the most recognized and most respected information security certification available. It is administered by ISC Squared, which is an organization of thousands of members who collectively work to make our information safer. We will talk more about the exam and CISSP as we go through this module. The book that we have asked you to get is the study guide for the examination. This is the most recent version and is updated for the tests that are being administered now. It's a very technical book with a lot of information in it. It will help you prepare for the exam if you choose to go down that road. So this module will not give you everything you need to know about information security and governance. It will not give you everything you need to know to take the exam. We won't be covering topics in any depth due to the time constraints we have with the class. But it will give you a broad understanding of the Common Body of Knowledge, or the CBK. The CBK are the domains under which the CISSP is organized. You'll see this coming up in just a little bit. The module will also provide you with a starting point for further study and hopefully give you the impetus to research more on your own. Our goals and objectives for this module are built around the Common Body of Knowledge, or the CBK. I won't bore you by reading each of these to you, but we'll highlight some of the topics we will be covering. You should note that each of these topics build on the previous topic, so it's very important that you understand each section and how they all tie together. We're going to start out with the basics of security and risk management. This will cover the very basics of what a security program at an organization may look like. Expanding on that program, we'll look at architecture and engineering. In this, we look to see how we build our systems so that they are not only functional for our needs, but adhere to security best practices. When looking at architecture and engineering, we must bring in communication and network security. How do our systems talk to each other? How do we talk to our systems? Once you have a system designed and documented and are ready to start using it, you want to define who has access and how much access they actually have. This leads us to identity and access management. When we have our systems up and running and ready for use, we want to have another group look at it and see if it's secure in the way we intended. This requires a security assessment and testing. We'll discuss at length what testing should be done. Now that our system's up and running and has been properly tested and vetted, we need to look at the operation of that system and figure out the day-to-day best practices. We're also going to discuss the SDLC, or the System Development Lifecycle, or otherwise known as the Software Development Lifecycle, and the ramifications of secure development, as well as we'll get into governance through a discussion of COBIT, which stands for the Control Objective for Information and Related Technologies. What does it take to earn the CISSP designation? Really, it takes dedication. You must show a minimum of 5 years of full-time work in the security field, or with a recent ITRIS degree, you need 4 years of documented experience. The key word there is documented. ISC Squared does have an associate program that you can utilize as well, and I would direct you to their website to see what that entails. ISC Squared is moved to a computer adaptive test which monitors your progress as you take the test and adjusts the exam questions accordingly. You will get a minimum of 100 questions and a maximum of 150. Not all questions are scored. Some are used for test validation purposes. You'll get 3 hours to take the exam, and upon completion you'll get your score and find out if you passed. The test encompasses the 8 domains in the common body of knowledge. You should recognize the domains from the goals we discussed a couple of slides ago. Visiting the ISC Squared website will give you the current breakdown of questions to domain so you can see which are weighted higher than others in the exam. As part of the purchase of your book, you can register for an online test bank to do practice tests and study. This is free as part of your purchase. This is an excellent opportunity to be able to study and test your knowledge of each of the domains. You'll want to follow the directions in the book to get registered. Once you're registered, you'll be able to go to testbanks.wiley.com and sign in to see your content. I'll log in so you can see what this looks like. The first screen shows you all the test banks that you've subscribed to, so you'll click on Enter on the bank that you want to use. You'll get a brief overview of the bank each time you log in. You can click Continue to get into the test bank. From here you can create quizzes or flashcard sets. The flashcards are just like they were when you were back in grade school. Nice way to help you study. I'll resume a quiz and show you what a test looks like. I'll click Next. You'll read the question and click the answer. An organization that has an incident response plan that requires reporting incidents after verify them. For security purposes, the organization has not published the plan. Only members of the incident response team know about the plan and its contents. Recently, a server administrator noticed that a web server he manages was running slower than normal. After quick investigation, he realized an attack was coming from a specific IP address. He immediately rebooted the web server to reset the connection and stop the attack. He then used a utility he found on the internet to launch a protracted attack against this IP address for several hours. Because attacks from this IP address stopped, he didn't report the incident. What was missed completely in this incident? The lessons learned, the detection, the response, or the recovery. In this case, the response was not, I believe. So we'll click the answer, we'll commit Submit Answer, and then we'll show solution. And I was wrong. In this case, we didn't learn the lessons learned. The response that the administrator did was probably not correct, but rebooting the server was a recovery step. It's worth mentioning that the incident response plan was kept secret and the server administrator didn't have access to it, so it's likely he didn't know what the proper response should be. This is what it will show you if you answer a question wrong. Let's do one more. Which of the following is a double set of doors that is often protected by a guard and used to contain a subject until their identity and authentication are verified? That is called a man trap. That one I know is right. Show solution, and there we have it. So that's the test bank, and I would highly recommend you use it to test your knowledge of the topics we're going to cover. So how is our next few weeks going to work? You'll see that each week is broken down into 1 or 2 of the CBK domains. For assignments, you'll have a reading each week and discussion boards to respond to. There will also be a paper due each week regarding the topics we are covering. Scoring for assignments are as shown. The final paper and presentation, of course, will be worth the most. Each week you will have 50 points for discussion boards and participation, and then each weekly paper is also worth 50 points. The class policies are the same as what you've had for prior modules. For assignments, if you run into difficulties in getting them in, please contact me to discuss. I know that life sometimes intrudes, and I want to make sure that you get everything completed. As for the papers, including the final, The length given in the syllabus is a guideline. If it says 3 to 4 pages, it doesn't mean that you must provide that many pages. If you can cover the topic in fewer, that's fine. If you take more than the listed to cover the topic, that's fine as well. But please be warned that if you use fewer than the assignment states, and if you don't cover the topic completely, you will lose points. An overview of the final assignment will be in a separate video. If you have not done this yet, I would ask that you visit Blackboard and do the pretest that is given there. These are questions that are like those that would be asked on the CISSP exam. This will give me and you an idea of where you are with the information that we're going to be covering in our module. If you have any questions regarding the information in this video, please feel free to call or email me. I'd be happy to help. Thank you for watching this opening video. I hope the class is beneficial to you and that you get excited about information security.